Oh boy. Sorry, that took a little bit longer to get to. That's not gonna know for you guys. We just sat here Johnson about freaking Sarah for a while because that's what my current binge is on. Oh boy, is that good.
Yes.
Anyway, so for reference, in between our last recording session, I finished the last half of No Game No Life, binged like 14 episodes of Seraph, and I was like, wow, I'm glad to get to something just short, sweet, wholesome, and then we got the ending of this episode. So,
which we will get to in a minute, but
we'll get there. But okay, so I'm not going to remember all the characters' names because oh boy, did they fire off a lot of information. But
yes.
The basis lesson of what we're going to get here is Violet got to be the mom that said, you two are going to talk to each other face to face and you're going to fix your own problems because this is not a, hey, can you go talk to see if she likes me or not thing. She's like, no, you're going to
talk to him because I don't get paid enough for this.
Exactly. This is taking too long if we could solve this shit in person. But anyway, so what the main crux of this episode, which is episode 5, and I'm finding out on Netflix, they're all called episode 1, whatever. But every time I look them up on IMDb, they have episode titles.
Yeah,
it's Netflix. What is your actual problem? This is your anime. You can't get the subtitles right, and you can't get the titles on the episodes. How hard is it to get episode titles?
We're asking a lot from Netflix. Okay.
You're worried about password sharing. Get your shit together on your own product first. But anyway, so they're talking. The main crux of this is that I almost said Akane. That Violet is sent over to this princess to basically help manage her end of the letters for an arranged marriage.
Violet is sent to the kingdom of Drossel.
There you go.
And I guess the prince comes from Flugel. These names are.
It's not helping either because the big tittied wing angel thing from No Game No Life was a Flugel as well. So my brain's like,
oh God, no.
But anyway, go on.
Yeah, so basically these two, like these two nations are at odds, I guess, with each other.
And
so this is, and so basically Violet's job is to write love letters so that these two princes and princesses can get married and unite two nations.
Yeah, it's a less, I would say a less violent and less suicidal version of Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
And so we figure out also that there's also an out-of-memory doll working for the prince, and that also the prince is 10 years older than her.
Mm-hmm.
And she is not yet technically an adult.
Yes, like the moment she turned 10, she was of age to be wed. I'm like, of course, Japan.
Of course. And then I think they said that she's 14 and he's 24.
Yep.
Because in the
10-year age gap.
Yeah, because in the subtitles, again, Netflix, what is your actual problem? It said he's 10 years older than me. The Japanese subtitle is he's 24. Yeah, it's that big of a difference in their subtitling. Oh my gosh. And again, for everyone who doesn't know, because I know you didn't pay attention the last time I said it, Netflix does not do subtitles well. They don't have an English subtitle. They just give you the Japanese ones.
Yeah, or just whatever the original language track is. Then they use that for everything.
Then we also find out a kind of an idea of Violet's age.
Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't it say that she's about the same age as this girl?
She was told, because like she grew up in an orphanage, she was told that she's about 14 years old.
Yeah, but she has no actual physical
the actual age, no, but people just assume that she's 14.
Yeah, which, okay, so, and do we remember how long ago? Man, I'm trying to remember. I want to say it was 4 months. 4 months before all this was when she was given to the dude. 3 months?
Something like that.
The time skip from the episode was like 3 months.
3 months? Okay, so she was still 14 when she did all this things that we'll get to, where she was given to him as a tool of war. And now, correct me if I'm wrong. No, we're not there yet. We're going to get to the end. Hold on.
The start of the
end. Anyway, so I like that after a while, Violet is starting to bend the rules of the company. Like she's gonna be like that. She's finally starting to like assess human behavior well. Where all of a sudden she goes, "Yeah, that's not gonna work if you just write letters to him." Like, you don't know what love is right now currently, or you don't know if he loves you, and I don't know. What would be the best way to find out? To actually talk to him and not his Auto Memories doll. So she says, I would like to stop your tears. Not I'm going to go out of my way and break company protocol and go talk to his doll to get actual letters written and not this lovey-dovey horseshit.
At least she's starting to grow a conscience.
Yes.
Excuse me, that lovey-dovey doll shit was so fucking wholesome.
I know, but it was after the later stuff, yes, but the first stuff, all of them were like, he doesn't talk like that. And I'm like, okay. I'm gonna make her so upset.
I think
the whole time like, this is wholesome. You guys are probably like, get this over. Yeah. Oh, but they're
you know what?
hating this lovey-dovey shit.
I'll admit the first exchange of letters, I'm like, oh, that's really sweet. But then like once Charlotte's like, something's not right here. That's when I was like, I see what's going on.
Once it became seriously generous, that's when it became really wholesome.
Yeah, and that's for the point where I was like, man, given how these episodes tend to roll, there is some sort of emotional gut punch. I'm like, I guarantee you that's not actually how he wants to talk. So then after a while, she's like, he's not writing like this. I don't know if he loves me. I'm like, okay. All right. Then I'm like, okay. So how are we going to do this? And then Violet, just being Violet, goes, you know what? I am going to go do the thing I want to do, and I don't care. She goes and talks to his doll, and she's just like sitting the two kids in a room and going, you're going to speak to each other now. We're not going to do it for you. You're being that kid in high school. Exactly. You're going to be that kid in high school that goes, no, it is not going to pay if I talk to her for you. Go talk to the girl you like. And he's like talking about her being a crybaby. Like, this was really realistic, is one thing I appreciated, where it's just like, I'm a big crybaby. He doesn't care. He's like, I didn't care if you're a crybaby. I have a younger sister. My favorite, and I think it might be my favorite thing so far in this episode, was very much, guys, the peanut gallery comments.
That was literally me.
Just tell her how you feel, moron!
Go to her, Prince.
This was the best.
The peanut gallery was in my mind.
Pissed off, like they're watching their weekly soap operas. It's the funniest shit ever.
Although you know what their honest letters kind of remind me of. It reminds me of actually getting on like Facebook Messenger and like literally talking to the girl or guy that you like.
It does, because you're like, I don't know what to say at first.
And then you just share the messages with your friends in a group chat.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, man, I'm getting it like recently. I look at my memories every day, and oh boy, am I slowly deleting the first 3 years of my Facebook existence, because I was a moron in high school.
I never delete my memories, but I always look at them like, what the fuck did you just say?
No, there's a bunch of us like, oh no, why was I quoting really sad Linkin Park songs that day? I don't need to remember that. I get she didn't love you, dude. You were a dumbass back then. Why would you post that? But yeah,
my Facebook memories, it says me serving the soup store video.
Yeah, I saw that today. Saw that this weekend. You're gonna see that on my freaking timeline now. I know for 6 weeks because it came up again. I still need to watch
when you think it's gonna come back.
I know. I need to watch Gias still. That is on the list to come up either next or the one after.
Ooh, fresh takes. No, that's too many episodes though.
Fresh. It's 50. It's right at the limiter. It is right at the limiter.
We'll put that.
There is
we'll put a pin in that.
There is an everlasting list of stuff that can be done. Don't worry. I'm happy that you guys like doing these. That's what makes me the best, because this is easy to make content. And by the time these get posted, I should have my new PC, so all the streaming should go easier, and I can get a little bit more creative with how we do all this shit. But anyway, we get to see them be a little bit more honest. And what I do, it's just like, how open and political do these letters need to be that they need to be read in an open forum or posted in the newspapers?
Apparently their wedding is like a huge deal.
Stuff, so they know like they get married, like two kingdoms are united, like whatever conflict that were going on between is over. It's pretty much like, for the public.
Yeah, because the war is over. And I'm just like, man, you must trust each other a lot about this war being over. That you aren't like, we're gonna spread military war secrets that you're all gonna die. But yeah, and also another thing that we find out in this episode that like it was very much me with my youth pastor, now surrogate dad, when he moved away, where like talking about once his marriage is over that she's going to be not seeing her what was her name again? Alberta, the maid anymore, that she's not going to see her anymore, and that she basically raised her from the second she popped out of her mom's womb. So that's a situation.
Honestly, I felt bad for, well, both of them, honestly, because it's hard for, I guess I'll call her a single mother. To be separated from their child after so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's weird that they could portray, again, this anime is very good at portraying things with almost no setup. Each one of these is totally different situations that they make you feel the breadth of it right away. Right. It is very good at doing a lot with very little. A lot of anime that likes to do setup right away can learn from just flavor texting some things sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take much, because I felt all of this, and we've known this chick for the entire frame of the episode, 20-something minutes.
I just think this is a really good episodic series that, even though we may only see these characters once, so much about them is informed just through dialogue and just through like body language.
It is. And speaking of body language, it will be the title card of this episode when it goes up on YouTube. That's why I didn't put it in here. But when she's just like, how do you show emotion? I've never even seen you smile.
Again, the show is funny on top of being a tearjerker.
Man, there is a movie or an anime that I've watched recently in the past few years where they talk about trying to make a character smile, and she does for the first time, and it's the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Is it an anime?
It might be.
Death Parade?
No, I haven't seen Death Parade. I can't tell you. But if she just basically smiles, she's like, and you're like, no, don't do that. Don't stop. I can't remember what it is, but it's something I watched recently. I can't remember if it came out recently because I've ingested more media than I normally have in a given year. But yeah. And then they actually got to meet each other, and the guy got to propose in person. So that was very great. And so it was very wholesome. It was very much how much this guy looked like Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. And how much she kind of looked like Belle if she had the right dress on. But yeah, so that was great. She accomplished her goal.
Before we get to the ending, it kind of felt like I was watching an anime Jane Austen novel. Like the way that their relationship was portrayed, and how, they had like the peanut gallery shouting all of their opinions.
They have little minions at me in that episode.
Oh, that was so good. That was so dumb, but that was so good. Yeah, it goes off without a hitch for the most part. But then all of a sudden we're like, hey, we didn't get to have a captain moment this time. So what are we going to do? We're going to have a different moment where Violet gets accosted by a gentleman that said that he murdered her whole crew.
I have questions. I have all the questions.
like the moment I saw it, I'm like, no, because like that's like the brother of the
guy that gave the major that
yeah,
gave
thank
her.
you. So the whole time I was like, oh no. I was like,
That's who
he's
that is,
gonna
right?
tell her.
Yeah, that
like,
is his
yo,
brother.
he's fucking dead, yo.
That's what I'm
like,
waiting
he's
on.
gonna just say it.
Yeah, he's going to tell her what happens, and like I don't know if that's the next episode or what's going on, but I'm like, dude, if you truth bomb me at the end of this and then just scoot,
I told you we were getting to that breaking point, and then we're gonna see how C reacts and like you know from it. So I feel like the next episode is gonna be that turning point. I've been saying is coming.
And it's like, and again, this is so awkward with me watching Seraph at this point. The Hiragi and Gurren, who are the two chief, maybe I could trust them, maybe I can't, dickhead generals from Seraph, all have dark blue, blackish hair that look just like this guy.
No.
So I'm like, ah! Every time I choose to watch a damn anime on my own, it ends up corresponding somehow with what I'm watching for fresh takes.
That's like, how it works. That's how all of this
Everything
works.
is connected forever.
Everything. Truth is a lie. All things are permitted. Like, But yeah, it's anyway, so do we have any kind of predictions? Because we're gonna be watching it in 2 minutes.
I feel like this is going to be the exposition dump episode.
Do we think we were just going to have an entire moment where he sits down with her?
I just feel like he's going to drop like a truth bomb, like oh, like he's kind of like, oh yeah, he's dead because of you type of deal, like you know, I should have never like, you know, what like adopted you, etc type of thing to her, like.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll have to see, or it's gonna be one of those things where he point blank lies about how it ended just to screw with her, and then we have to see. So I don't quite know yet, man. I don't know. I don't want him to hurt my girl. I don't know. I don't want
if
it.
anything happens to her, I'm gonna kill everyone in this room
and then myself. I don't like it here. She's a cute cinnamon roll, and I don't want her injured. I hate it. All right, let's get out of here so I can possibly get my fucking heart ripped out the next episode. Mike,
we just want the tears over. Right?
All right, you guys can find me on Twitter at CaptainK42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can find me in all the various Facebook groups just at my name. You can check out Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube. We've got our own channel now on Podchaser and the Banana Meter. And you can listen to all of our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
And Masao?
And you can find me on Twitter at KivaLove028.
All right, and you can find me everywhere at Organoid0. And until next time, we'll see you all later. Bye!
Bye!